Hi, my name is Evan Pantazi. Today we're going to talk about Ushiro Inazuma. This is one of the final targets of Ohan Soken. It's one of the final fainting targets or knockout targets of Ohan Soken's Kyusho on the legs. There were 9 of them in all. If you've been watching, you've seen most of them already. There's only one more after this to end the series on Ohan Soken's Secret Notes. So anyway, this target is located in the back upper thigh. And Ohan Soken says you can use it with a ken, which is a fist, and also a kick. Well, you could do it with a knee as well, but you need a very sharp instrument. The knee might be too dull to get in there unless you've got a larger opponent, you're a larger person against a much smaller opponent, and you can muscle right through those thigh muscles and hamstring muscles to get into the nerve plexus. Now, excuse me, the nerve, not the nerve plexus. Now, the nerve is the sciatic nerve, and Ohan Soken calls the sciatic nerve out right in his notes. He didn't call it bladder whatever number or triple warmer or heart meridian. He did not use acupuncture in any of his targets, and neither did the other old masters. Now, when you're working with this target, it's very difficult to get in there with a blunted instrument. You really have to use your knuckle. I prefer the first knuckle or the middle knuckle here on the strike. I use blood pool hand a lot, but you can use a fist, of course. You can use an elbow attack, however you want to get in there. It depends on your position. If you're rolling around on the ground, you can access it with your elbows. If you're standing, you're going to probably have to use a knee or a kick, knee being the least efficient weapon there. Or you could drop down and knock it with a punching action like you see in so many different katas attacking those lower kandan targets. So anyway, this causes a loss of motor function, and motor function is when the brain is sending electrical signals down the spine and out to the peripherals to make sure that your hands can move, your arms. You have physical control over your body musculature and its actions. Well, you lose that when you attack this nerve, and this is the sciatic nerve, which is a huge nerve in the back of the leg. It's closest to the back of the leg. Now, you can't hit just directly in the middle. There's a side you have to go to access this better against the bone. And you can also, of course, get into the muscle spindle cells, which you'll be activating as well, because you want to strike this in a particular way. It's a painful strike because it is on the sciatic nerve, and that is a very large nerve, and it will send a large transmission. So it's going to be an excellent shock to the person if you get behind the person. Now, how you get behind the person, that's up to you and your art and your skill, or maybe just a twist of fate when you're in a combative situation. You just never know, and you can't plan these things. You just have to know the targets, how to access them to the best of your ability, the tools to use on them, and the trajectories to send the message, the neurological message in this case, directly up the nerve into the lower back where it connects into the spine, and then sending the message on up to the brain. So we're going to take a look at the anatomical dissection of this right now, and the three-dimensional model that we use is excellent for going into seeing the depth in the muscle structures of the hamstrings and a thigh, or any part of the body that we've covered so far. So you can see the depth that you have to get to. You can see where it lays in proximity to bones or nerve or vascular tissue, or in between the muscles, and how to best access these. It's an excellent model. It's the most up-to-date model they have available right now. And then we're going to get into the demonstration. On this one, you're going to see the demonstration done with a fist. Again, because the knee is a blunted instrument unless you really nail it, and you don't do that with a training partner. And you could also damage other structures around that target if you really knee it hard or kick. Now you have much more control of your hands than you do with your feet. So it's easier when you're practicing and to training with this with your partners to access it with that hand to get that correct action. And then you can take it into your kicking actions in practice, but not really do the effects of it. Just make sure you get it targeted correctly. Eventually, with training even on your kicks, like a front ball kick, for example, with the correct trajectory, then you're going to be able to cause an effect as well. Now, it depends on how severe you train, how well you want to kick it, and how much you respect your training partner. So anyway, that's going to be in the extended videos here on YouTube, in Patreon, /Kyusho, and also on the Platinum subscription services. Now again, this is one of the last targets. I have one more target after this to cover with you on the Friday road trips, and then we're going to get back to regular programming. Now, when you work with this series, you're going to understand the actual targets. They're not pressure points. They're actual physical anatomical structures that cause actual physiological functional dysfunction. So again, thank you for watching this whole series. We've got one more coming up for you. Take care. Watch the rest of this film.